Well, the market ends Thursday with minor gains as the RBI kept policy rates unchanged. However, the Nifty and the Sensex saw its biggest two-week gain in the last 8 months. On today's Editor Roundtable, we will put the spotlight on why brokerages are betting big on India and the broader market underperformance. I'm Sonia, and with me we have all the editors, Prashant, Nimesh, Nigel. Folks, after a long time, we can say that the bulls are heaving a sigh of relief. It was a good week and we're heading into a long weekend, so nothing to complain, right?
But the bulls will be unhappy that, there is a momentum and now we are a break. Again, we have a break. So a bit of disappointment for the bulls, but yeah, truncated week. So happy, good for us because we can then have some of the weekend plans. So
and next weekend as well.
Again, next Friday holiday. So
it's a chirpy, nice feeling, right? When the market it goes up, portfolios look better, and you go into a weekend, and any activity that you undertake, I mean, it seems a little better.
And you don't have to pay more on your EMIs or loans because the RBI also paused.
Never a dull moment, right? I mean, who would have thought? We had that RBI discussion on Bazaar yesterday, and the consensus was 25 is a given, and change in stance, maybe it'll happen, it'll not happen. There was no hike and there was no change in stance. I mean, it was actually exactly the opposite. So, but it's a tricky one, right? I mean, what happens from here on?
The governor put it perfectly, right?
Yeah.
You need to look at it ball for ball, and on every ball he'll take it as merit. So he'll bat it according to its merit. So let's see how this goes.
He paused, but I think how many times? I wanted somebody to count how many times he said that we are not done yet.
Pause. It's not a pivot.
Yeah, it's not.
I think 20, 30 times he must have repeated. Did not want to give the markets the impression that, well, rally on, everything is well, etc., etc. So let me just quickly, for our viewers, outline where we stand now in terms of the market. So the last 5 sessions, right? If you take the close from the 28th of March, that's 5 sessions. The Nifty is up 4%. The bank Nifty is up 4%, roughly about 4%. The small cap index is up a full 6% in just 5 trading sessions. The mid cap index is up a little lesser than that, actually exactly half of that, about 3%. So it's been a decent move. Even before that entire SVB and bank crisis, people have been waiting for this quote-unquote tactical rally. I mean, if you remember, Nareen mentioned that it didn't happen. The bank crisis in the US overtook events. Then it moved on to Europe. But now I think we are finally at the point where the markets have broken out, not entirely from the big range, the downward sloping range, but this is indeed looking much better now. Let me just, so the RBI has paused, but it sounded hawkish, and I think the implications of this will continue to be debated, whether this is a pivot, this is a pause, or this is an extended pause. What happens if the Fed comes and hikes? Will the RBI have to rethink, etc., etc.? US data is starting to come in very soft, very nicely soft data, which I think is, which at one point was markets would have celebrated, but not anymore. Equity markets are not celebrating because they're saying, well, this is telling you that there is a big slowdown which is coming. The final big data point is the jobs report, which is tomorrow evening. Either it'll reinforce these dovish expectations or, I mean, it'll kind of throw up a surprise. Either way, I think it's going to be important to track. So on the Nifty and the Bank Nifty, just 2 levels. So, to start with, before I put the levels, unless and until you get a big negative daily close, I think the chances are that the uptrend perhaps has a little bit more to go on the upside. We've not had those big sort of red bars on a daily close for at least 5 or 6 sessions now. Let's hope that remains the case. On the Nifty, 17,615, the level around which the Nifty spent the maximum amount of time today, I think is the important level. It's about 15 points away, but that's the 38% retracement of the entire fall from 18,887. The 50% retracement after is straight away at 17,858. It's so another 270 points away. On the Bank Nifty, 41,200 is the first resistance, and then you got 41,382, which is the 50% retracement of the same fall from the all-time high for that particular index. So I think, as Nigel also said, and the governor said, take it ball by ball. Hope that positive cues keep coming in. Global markets remain steady. And 3 days later, when we come back on Monday morning, we are handed okay kind of cues.
Oh, absolutely. And the bulls are sort of rising.